live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is the place for separate facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I am going to be talking about the difference between an ancestral altar and a community or village altar and a traditional African spiritual laboratory. And of course, the real altar, of course. We need to know all these differences and the importance, the role or the use of these different kind of altars. It is necessary because some people do not know, especially new people coming into African spirituality. They cannot be able to differentiate the different kind of altars that we have. So I want to clear it on this channel today. Okay, when we say an ancestral altar, what do we mean by an ancestral altar? It is simply a space in your house that you have dedicated to pay homage and to give observance to your ancestors. A place of remembrance, a place of focus, a place of reflection, a place that you consider sacred, holy, a place of celestial attributes, a place that is have lots of meaning to you. Okay, it's what we definitely call a sacred space. An ancestral altar is a sacred space. This is a space whereby you can see somebody put some items related to spirituality, like candles, insects, bottles of drink bottles of food, pictures of the ancestors or the images of the ancestors. This is a typical ancestral altar. It is a place where people dedicate to their spiritual nature. Everybody have this kind of places in all spirituality, in all indigenous culture and religion. There is a place for this. It is very important because the human being have a physical side and a spiritual side, and that spiritual side has to be cared for. Okay, that spiritual nature, you can call it the psychological aspect of man, the things you cannot see with the naked eye. We'll see spiritual concepts like love, happiness, hate, pride, peace. Those things you cannot see or touch, that they are not tangible, but they control the emotional states or the psychological state of human beings. These are things we call spiritual items or spiritual attributes. And that aspect of humanity, that aspect of the person needs to be catered for. If not, there will be problems. You need to be emotionally stable, emotionally balanced. So there's need for that. That's why we have psychologists in Western medicine. In African spirituality, we have spirituality, of course, to deal with concepts like this that are invisible to the naked eye, but they control the visible aspects of humanity. So your sacred space is your ancestral altar. This is something that is very important, especially for people starting spirituality. You need to create a space in your house, and this space will also reflects inward inside you. It shows that you take your spiritual side of things very seriously, and you you want to be in touch, or you are always in touch with your spiritual nature. So the ancestral altar is a place of focus where you remember your uh, ancestors, people, your relatives that have died, and you connect with them. You do this remembrance to always keep their memory alive, because when you do this, you focus on them, and you have this connection. You can be able to get messages from them as well. It is something that is very important in the life of an individual, especially an African person. And not only in Africa, in every culture. You will see this in Japanese culture, in India, in in Thai culture. You see this all over the world, in the Latin America. Everybody have this. It's very important. Okay, so there's this space that you must have in your house to dedicate. It's puts you in line. It acts as a place of contact with the spirit world. It acts as a gateway. It acts as a place of focus. It acts as a place of guidance. And when people come to your house and see this place, they also have this in their consciousness. It triggers something in them that, of course, this person is having contact with his ancestors from the spirit world, and it brings a lot of peace, tranquility, and prosperity and balance to the environment, to the family, and to you. Okay, so it's something that you want to have in your house, whereby anytime you look at it, your mind instantly takes you to a certain kind of place whereby you can find solace all the time. Okay, so altars are good in house, but they are a place whereby a point where you get to in your spiritual practice, you may find out that you need more than that. One thing with spirituality, it evolves. Okay, you will have an altar, especially when you start in spirituality. Then, as you begin to proceed, you will find out that the altar may not be enough, and due to your living condition, you cannot be doing so many things on the altar. You need another altar. Okay, now this is where something like a traditional laboratory comes into play. This kind of altar is a place whereby you do your spells, you do your metaphysical spells, you mix your herbs, you actually make contact with the spirit world, you actually do your scientific experiments. This kind of altars, we call it traditional laboratories. Okay, like now, this one you see me beside me is an altar. It is one of my ancestral altar. Okay, I decided to create this one for this channel. When you see me on this channel, your mind instantly takes you to African spirituality. You know, this is not an ordinary setup. This is a typical traditional African traditional altar. This is what you will see here. Of course, you will see bones, you will see candles, you will see insect, you will see this very setup. This is a typical traditional altar. Once you see this, your mind instantly tells you what you are looking at. You don't need any explanation to that. Okay. Now the issue with this that when I want to do my spell work, I cannot really do it here. Okay, because there's not really space for me to put things, for me to be mixing herbs and mixing my tinctures. I cannot do it here. Okay, this is just altar that I can only pray and meditate. It's just like a ceremonial altar. Now, when you begin to progress in your spiritual practice, you will find that you need a space where you will be mixing your herbs, you'll be mixing your compounds, you will be doing your invocations, your summonings, and everything you need to do practical. This is the kind of space we call a laboratory, the traditional laboratory. So most times when the person starts, they normally start with this one. Then sometimes they'll be compromising. They will start from the room, put the altar, but as they begin to progress, they will find out that the room is too tight or the room is not really conducive for this spiritual work. They will now move some procedures or some processes to the kitchen. This is how it normally, you will start mixing your herbs, mixing your compounds, and you'll be doing all this in your kitchen. Okay, it's progress. Then you will find out sometimes that the kitchen may not be so conducive, or you are mixing herbs with spices, and somebody can walk into your kitchen, they cannot know which is which. They will go and be touching things they are not supposed to touch, and your kitchen will be appearing very strange to you. It's like your spiritual practice will be dragging space with your kitchen. You'll find out that this kitchen is beginning to change you. It not resemble kitchen like that again. It don't be like something else. It's not looking like a shrine. So as you begin to progress, you say, no, I need to separate this work. You will now move your practice from that kitchen to another empty room in your house. Empty space. This is what most people do. So that place, if you have any empty space, it can be a spare toilet, it can be a store, it can be an extra room that nobody sleeps in. You will now move everything to that place. That place now will now become your laboratory. It is the place where you be mixing your herbs, mixing your symptoms, your compounds, and everything. So that place will now be your laboratory. And of course, laboratories, they are usually messy. Okay, so you will start doing a lot of work there. These places, they are not really, it's not meant for people to go in, to go and be checking it out. It's your place where you do your private practice. You keep all your stuff there. So quite naturally, these places are usually messy. When you go to people's laboratory in Africa, you will see so many things there. You will see blood, you will see bones, you will see entries, you will see things that they have done, spells. Everything is hanging around. Some people do spells like 200 spells a day. I know somebody like that does every day. They do more than 200 spells. This man have a very big. He has more than one of these laboratories. If you get into this place, you'll be so scared. You will know that yes, things are happening here. We don't call that kind of place shrine anymore. This is beyond ancestral altar. This is now a lab, African laboratory. Now some people have this kind of places in their house. They have labs. Okay, this is not ancestral altar. It is beyond only veneration ancestral altar. It is where they do actual spiritual experiments, heavy spiritual experiments. These places, you will see somebody doing maybe about 20 sacrifices a day, 20 animal or offering, sometimes 50. Of course, you know how that place is going to look like. Okay, that place is not, it's not going to be pristine, clean like a palace. It's going to be rough. It's going to be, the smell will be very, very pungent, and it's going to be messy. This is just the truth. So you will have this kind of places in African spirituality. You find it a lot. It's all over Nigeria, all over Africa. These places, we don't call it altar anymore. We call it a lab. Okay, this is a spiritual laboratory. Okay, if you are a heavy practitioner, you are somebody that people come to meet all the time to solve problems, to do things for them, you will have a place like this. Okay, you will have a lab. This place, when you enter, it's straight to the work. It is not a place to play. It's not a fancy place. It is not a clean place like that. It is a place that is dedicated to doing the work. Okay, serious work goes on there every day. Animals are maybe slaughtered, spells are mixed. We see herbs, particles of different kind of herbs all over the place. So with time, when you start the practice, you'll be cleaning 1, 2, 3, 4 to make it. You get to a point whereby you get tired of cleaning the place. You just leave everything like that. This is what normally happens in the life of the people. They just got tired of, because the work there is so much, is so heavy, and it is constant work. Constant work, constant work, constant work. There's no way that place is going to be that clean, to be honest. Okay, so you're going to find this kind of shrines. This is not shrine. When you get into this place, just know that you are inside somebody's lab. And of course, there are going to be altars there. These are very active deities. You will see different kind of altars. You will see different kind of deities inside. As they are doing the spell, they are invoking the deity. They are giving the offering to the deity. There's always blood splashing on these altars. There's always alcohol splashing from libation. There's always prayers being going on. There's always candles burning 24 hours of the day. This is happening in that place. This is a very active space. You will see these kind of things taking place there non-stop. What can you do in that kind of? You see, this is more than this is a laboratory. So this kind of place, when you see it, you know that you are staring or you are inside somebody's laboratory. Okay. When you begin to go into your practice, some of us may progress. Some of you may progress to this level, especially if you are called to do spiritual work for people. You will progress to this level. Okay, it happens. It will get to a time whereby you will find out that you don't need this altar anymore. There are some people that do not have this anymore. What they have is a lab. Some people have 3 labs. Some have 4. They have 5. They will have 1 in the house. Then we have another lab inside the forest. Then we have another lab close to the river. Then we still have another one again in a temple. I've seen people like that that have like 5 of these places. These are people that are very powerful native doctors. When you say somebody is a native doctor, this is a real native traditional African doctor. This is a person that actually practice traditional African medicine, and they use these principles. They use those these methods. Is what they use to be treating people. Okay, they are full tradomedical practitioners. We call them DBS Babalaos, which means father of secrets, or we call them native doctors. They use native medicine to treat people. The things that in Western medicine we want to now call alternative medicine. This is not alternative. This was the real medicine before Western medicine was invented. We have our real African medicine. So we have these native doctors you will find in Africa. They use native medicine. They use herbs. They use spells. They use different kind of African methods to treat and heal illnesses. Okay, so these people, what they have is lab. When you go there, when you see this kind of things, just know that you are in a typical African laboratory. Okay, it is different from this simple ancestral altar that you have in your house. So there are levels to this thing. As you begin to graduate in your studies, you will find out that you may not need this one anymore. You will not have a laboratory in your house. When you find out that sometimes your laboratory have become so big, you have so many people trooping in to meet you for services, you have so many people you are working for, your house may no longer be conducive, because that tiny room will be compacted, will be loaded. You will not have to build a place outside your house that is bigger. This is how it all starts. Then when that place too is congested, you will not have to build a bigger place as well. This is how you keep growing, you keep evolving. You keep evolving. You must evolve, you must grow. When you are in spirituality, you don't stay on one level for so long. As you begin to study, you grow, you expand, you learn new things, you apply them, you change. This is how it works. You start with a little altar. From there, you go to a bigger place. You move to kitchen. Most people, they go to their kitchen. From their kitchen, they will now take a spare room in the house. From that spare room, it will now they will now migrate to their garage. From the garage, they will now have to build a big space. This is how it starts. So don't be surprised when you see somebody doing like this. It is the normal sequence of this. When I see this, I know that the person is not progressing. Now say the bill. Once you don't enter, you don't enter. Little by little, it will be growing. Your shrine will be getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you don't turn to lab. When you are now having a lab now, working every day, you don't become native doctor with that. You are not a priest or a babalao. You are not a practitioner, a active, regular practitioner. Okay, this is how it is. You must grow. You must evolve. Okay, but above all, the real author is you, not this one you see here. This is a setup that a place of you dedicated to focus. For the real ancestral author is inside your blood, because it's your DNA that is carrying the knowledge, the wisdom, and the blood of the ancestors. So you are the altar. So anywhere you are, the altar is there. Okay, you can do your setup preto. This is what you must know. It doesn't matter any country you are living in. Okay, some people will look, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have that, so therefore I cannot practice. I am in America, we don't have this herb, we don't have this thing, we don't have this. I cannot set up a good altar. Who told you? You are the real altar. You are enough. Okay, when you have this knowledge, you have this wisdom inside you, you can operate from anywhere, and you use things from your environments. You don't necessarily mean that I must get this very thing. You come out of your natural environment, you look at the things that are around you, you use those things to do your spells. Okay, when I travel, I go to other countries, I don't even worry about check, because I know a lot of things I have access to in Africa, I will not see it here. So it is what I see in my natural environment, those are the things that I use to create my altar. I take stones from the natural environment, take water from the river there or from the sea. I take everything from that place and I use it and I create my altar. And it is still active. So you don't need to worry about that. Say, oh, I don't have this, so therefore I cannot. Look at your environment. There are trees there. There are things there that you can use. You will take them. You will use it to create your altar. It is very easy and it is straightforward to do. Okay. So we also have a community altar or community shrine. You will find this in villages, in community. This is like the village. Every village have their heads. They have their king. They have their executive or their council of elders. They also have a community shrine. This is a place whereby the old village people usually gather when they want to do rituals. Okay, when you go to many communities in Nigeria, you go to the village, you will see these places. It is always there. That is the place whereby we have like the chief priest of the community is usually in charge. Anytime they want to do any ceremony, this is the place that we go to. They want to hold meetings, that we go there. That place belongs to everybody in the community, but there are people that are in control. So if you want to do anything there, you have to go through those people. There are sometimes some people will say they want to give offering to the community deity. They go there to give the offering or to do the libation or whatever thing they want to do. You go there, you take permission from the chief priest and you tell them what you want to do. If they agree, and you do it there. This one belongs to the community and they use it for this kind of place. Sometimes some community also have their own laboratories. They usually have it inside the forest where they want to do their masquerade festival. They want to do certain rituals, certain spells. They don't do it in the inside the community. They go into the bush or into a secret place to do all those things, and then they come out for the people to see. So this is the way they also operate. So in African spirituality, you're going to see ancestral altars. You're going to see, let me say, traditional laboratories. Okay, this is the place whereby the spells, the study and practice the metaphysics of spell working and the sciences of the land. That is the place they practice it. So when you see it, you need to be able to know to make the distinction between these two type of places. Okay, people don't know the difference, but we have them. Okay, so some people have only altar. Some people have laboratory. If you want to mess with the spiritualists, do not mess with people that have labs. Okay, those people, they are practicing, they are doing spells every day. You have to respect those kind of people. They can mess you up very easily. Okay, this is what they do for a living. When you see somebody having a laboratory, you go and be looking for their trouble. You're as good as dead. Okay, they can do anything they want to do, and they don't need to go anywhere. Okay, so some people will just have only altar, and they think that it ends there. It does not really end there. If you are a active practitioner, you must have a space whereby you be mixing, doing the heavy work. Okay, you will have this space. When people come to you for work, you will find out that you cannot really do this in your living room or in your house. There are some deities you might want to get in touch with. You don't want to bring them into your home. They might cause problems in your homes. You might want to take them far from your house. Okay, there are some spirits that are very stubborn. Once they come, they don't like to go back. So you have to separate your home, your family life from your work life. Very important like this, so that you can have peace in your family, in your place where you live. So there's need for having this kind of laboratories. Okay, some people have them far from their house. They build it outside their house. It's for a good reason, a very good reason, because things can happen there. Sometimes things can go wrong, and you don't want to mess up your living room. Okay, you don't want to mess up your family. You don't want to endanger them. So it's good you have this kind of places far from your home, where you are there. You know that yes, I can do anything here. It's a safe place. Okay, it's a science lab. Think of it like that. A science lab is not usually inside your house. If something blows up there, your whole house can get on fire. This is the reason why these places are separated from the house. Okay, so if you have this kind of setup, you need to know that it normally happens like this. So when you are a practitioner, you will evolve. As you begin to learn to do your spell work, you will begin to grow and grow and grow and grow until you get to this level. Okay, the learning does not end. We learn till we die. Even after we have died, you still learn. You in your next life, you continue. Nobody knows it all. Nobody have a monopoly of knowledge. Okay, so we keep discovering things every day. This is the life of a practitioner. It is the life of a scientist. Okay, so when you're African spiritualist, you are a scientist. You keep studying more secrets of nature every day. So this is what we do here, and this is how it is done. So the average practitioner have about 2 to 3 altars. Like me, I have like 3. This is one I use for this video. I have a laboratory where I do my spells. That one I cannot show it on this channel, of course, for my own to protect my work. And to yes, you call it a chemical laboratory. That is where you do the work. I cannot show it on YouTube. Only people that are very close to me will see this kind of place. Okay, then I have one in my living room. So you have this kind of places. People have labs. You'll be shocked when you go to some people's house. When you see their lab, you'll be so scared. People have laboratories, African laboratories, where they do stuff. Okay, you must progress in this work. If you are not making progress, you are not actually practicing. So when you start with a little altar like this. From there, you will migrate to the kitchen. From the kitchen, you will not get a spare place, or you will not build your own lab. This is the way people do it. This is the life of a practitioner. So when I see people doing this, and I just smile. I've seen it many times, and it is always fun. When you see this, you know that the person is actually doing the work. It's not playing. It's progressing. So I'm happy when I see people having this. I know that you are making progress. You will get it. Don't worry, you will get to that level. When you begin to do work every week, you will say nobody will tell you that you know that you need a bigger space. You will get to that level. Okay. So this is how it is. So this is the life of the practitioner. Most times we don't plan it like this. It starts from reading a book. Or from listening to somebody, to setting up small altar. We call it foundation altar. From there, before you know, you are already in a lab mixing herbs from morning till night, going into nature, going into bush to gather different kind of funny things. Before you know, you now have a whole stockpile of materials. We call it zobo zobo. This is a traditional materials of a native doctor. When you go to their house, you will see different funny things that people don't usually have. You see animal parts, you will see strange objects, you will see different kind of herbs, you will see carries, you will see stones. We they call it zobo zobo. This is a native doctor baggages. It comes with the job. Why people have this at home? People keep this stuff in case that they are looking for it. They already have it. So you'll be stockpiling all these things in case somebody want to do a spell or they have a problem. You don't need to go to the market. You already have it at home. So you just quickly bring that part. It's like a mechanic that have a lot of spare parts, or an electrician that have a lot of spare parts. Where you go to an electrical workshop or a mechanic workshop, you will see them have some kind of things that just stockpile there. It's like for you it's nonsense, but it means something to them. They use these things to fix on cars, to spare parts for other cars or other electronics. You just be stockpiling all this stuff. They just keep it in their shop. You will become like that too. You will have different kind of things, strange objects. You will stockpile it because you can use it for spell in the future. So where are you going to be keeping all this stuff? Inside your living room? You cannot do that. You will have this stuff. So when you see the stuff, you know that yeah, this person is real, taking notes, is keeping things. You will have different kind of oils from all over the world, different kind of herbs, strange objects. It comes with the territory. This is how it is. So you have all these things. It is normal. Okay, and you should be ready. So these are the things you will face. So when you're having your altar, you will graduate to a laboratory with time. Then you know that you are doing this stuff. Then don't forget that the real altar is you. Okay, the real altar is you. So anywhere you are, that is your altar. Anywhere you are putting your feet on the ground. That place is a sacred space. Okay, any word you pronounce from your mouth, any word you say, is powerful words. So you are the real altar. You are the one that is having the life's force, the divine spark. That is you. So you should always remember this. So you can practice from any part of the world. Take advantage of your natural environments and use the elements there. They will work for you. Okay, as far as you are a living entity, you make pronouncements, and the universe will respond to you. If you know what you are talking about, you're talking from a point of power, the universe must respond. So this is how it is. So you are the temple. You are the temple, the organic laboratory. Okay. So this is the thing I want to say today on this topic. I hope that I'll be able to clear it, and I'm very delighted. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And please hit the notification bell close to the subscribe button so you'll be the first to get my videos and articles as soon as I release them. And of course, if you have not gotten my book yet, I need to say it here. This book is a very good book. The book is called Whispers of Amente, Pathways to Ascension. So if you want to make contact with the Kemetic deities, you want to open that gateway, you want to resurrect them back into your life. Many people think that we cannot resurrect the Kemetic gods, that they are dead and gone. That is a big lie. They are still here and they are very, very active. These are active principles that nothing can change them. So they are here, they are here. If you want to bring them into your consciousness, this book contains rituals and guidelines that you can use to reawaken them. Okay, this book will help you so lot. It will open your eyes to the nature of African spirituality, how to connect to it. It's a very simple book written in simple English, and it exposes a lot of things. So please get your copy any part of the world you are in. You don't need to fly to Egypt or to fly to Africa. You don't need to spend too much money. You just get the book, and it will help you. I also put in 50 powerful spells for different serious illnesses that you can use herbs to also treat. Okay, this book is very, very active. It's a gateway to the spirit world. It will balance your scales. Many of us have a deep psychological, emotional issues relating to our spirituality. This book is designed to balance it. Okay, so it's the balancing of the scales. You need to get this book. It will help you. Okay, as a practitioner, you have to document your practice. These are stuff that I have documented over the years. I put inside the book. Then, if you also want to know how to do spells, walking in the shadow of the gods is here. 200 spells are here. Over 200 is here on this book. So please get your copy. It will help you a lot. It will increase your knowledge and your capacity to do so many things in African spirituality. There's a spells for love, prosperity, protection, wellness, and just general knowledge. Everybody needs this book. It doesn't matter who you are. You need to have this knowledge. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. Now, wait till you not know, now your mates, they pass you. So please take advantage of your African knowledge. It is our birthright. It is your property. Don't let anybody cheat you from this knowledge. Don't let anybody deceive you. It's the enemies that don't want you to get into your spirituality because they want to be controlling and manipulating you forever. So don't listen to them. This one is on quantum physics. For people that don't know about the subject, quantum physics is the study of the miniature particles of nature, the smallest tiny indivisible particles. It is the same with African spirituality. African spirituality is the study of the invisible particles of nature. So quantum physics is the Western subject whereby they use to study African spirituality. They change the name and they tell you this is for only genius. It is not for only genius. It's for everybody. African people have been studying this subject from the beginning of time. So this book brings the physical evidence. It exposes it to you. It opens your eyes. It empowers you, and it connects you in simple English to this knowledge that they are hiding from you. This book talks about space travel, talk about time travel, talk about negative space, talk about the evil forest. It talk about sacred spaces, how to create them. Talk about God, the nature of God, Gago, the grand unified almighty theory. So many things you will learn from this small book. It will empower you, tell you the truth. For those people that are saying African spirituality is evil, demonic, fetish, just liars, I disprove them in this book. I also show you the origin of religion, exactly where they copied their Bible story from. I put everything. I was able to codify everything inside here. So this book will help you a lot, okay? So get these 3 books if you can. The 3 of them is just $300, postage included. And you have this knowledge. It's a starting point for you. And also too, if you are advanced, you need this knowledge. I codified it in a way whereby it is easy to understand. Okay, this is our birthright, and we should take advantage of it. If you also want to learn, I have a 6 months program where I teach from the history to the sciences, metaphysics, and the hardcore spirituality. You can get into my master class. You will know a lot of things. You increase your capacity in no small way. Then if you also want to do your oracle tarot reading, maybe you want to check about somebody, check about the situation, check about your future, your destiny, check about if anybody is troubling you, if you have any blockage, any spiritual thing. I do all those things here. We use the principle of quantum physics, quantum entanglement. We use it to solve problems uh, interspatially. Here we cut across time and space on this channel. Okay, so don't be afraid of anything. I will teach you how to do all these things. Okay, and you can do the same thing too. It's all about empowerment, liberation, enlightenment. This is what we do here. Then of course, if you want to buy your spiritual items, your herbs, your stones, your oils, your meditation beads, your different kind of things, I have them here. Anything relating to African spirituality, from cowries, to native shock, to soaps, anything, just talk about it. I will get it here for you. Okay, so apart from that, I thank you very much for those people that have been supporting the channel. I'm very delighted, and I'm very grateful. And of course, I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.